Hi guys, this is Joe or Jonna, the Closet of Eat and Repeat. Thank you so much for tuning in to my first taped session last week or on Sunday a couple of days ago. Everybody left comments and warm wishes, and it really warmed my heart. Made me feel like I was touching a lot of people with some information they didn't know or that they knew a little bit about, but they didn't have as much detail as I was able to share. So I'm so happy that everybody learned a little bit of something. And today I feel like I have a topic that a lot of people don't know about. You know, there's a lot of people out there that make YouTube videos that have sold on Poshmark for years, but I don't think there's that many people that do bubble word research. And when Poshmark first added the bubble words, I got really excited. I thought, oh, this is a great tool to use as a seller. And I reached out to Posh Supports. I wanted to know a little bit more about how those words were populated, what made them show up. And the response I got back kind of tickled me because it's like, oh, don't worry about those words. Those are for the buyers. And it's like, but if the buyers are going to use those words to filter their listings and their choices that they see, I want my listings to show up in as many bubbles as possible. So of course it's for the seller. You know, when I was out at PoshFest San Diego last year, I was able to speak to some of the developers of the feature, and they were like, we developed it for the buyers. We didn't think about the sellers. We're so excited to see that it's being used in a way that we didn't really plan, but it's helping everybody. So if you've been to any of my Posh and Sips or part of my handcrafted share group or been to some of my Zooms, you know about the bubble words. But I would say 95%, if not more, of the Poshmark community do not pay any attention or see the bubble words. And what I'm talking about is words that show up above the listings. It's on your desktop or on your phone, but it's only when you type a couple of small, a couple of words into the description or the search box, whether it is just a category like dress, or here I put crocheted crop tops. And the second bubble over is halter. I could have a closet full of halter crop tops, but if I had just said they tie around the neck or they were a bikini or something else and I'd never used the word halter, then if somebody clicked on this bubble, they're not going to find my listings. If it was a dress and it was a mini dress and they clicked on the word mini, and all I had done was select mini in the drop down option underneath dresses, and I had never repeated the word mini in my title or my description, they wouldn't see the listings. So these words are so important because they're the obvious words, and the obvious words are the easiest ones to forget or to just not think about how important they are. So what I have done is I have gotten a notebook. I have a bubble word journal. This journal gets updated according to season. When I'm starting, like I'm getting ready to do homecoming dresses. So I'm going to be looking a little bit more and see if any new words have been added on to homecoming bubbles. So what I've done is I typed in dress and I wrote down all the words that showed up. I have different bubbles that I clicked on based off of what I was listing at the time or researching. And then I wrote down the new words that showed up when I clicked on that second bubble. And you can go several bubbles deep to come up with the different words. A lot of times it's the neckline, it's the style, it's the collar. How many people do not put all of their collars in the description? They said at I think it was either one of my Team Posh mentorship meetings or at a virtual Posh Fest that I attended, that it was so important to put one color in the title and other colors that's in that garment in your description. That's going to help get the listings found. So I try to, the example that I'm going to give for titles when I do the session here coming up in Nashville at Posh Fest, I'm going to say your title needs to be J. Crew dress, blue floral sleeveless. You could say V-neck or summer or casual. I try to make the first 5 words of my title the most important words I think somebody's going to search for. So by doing the bubble word research, I know that sundress, wedding guest, party, cocktail, there's a lot of different words that show up in bubbles that now I want to start elaborating on in my description. So, last week I talked about the daily trend rooms and how you can pull words from the daily trend rooms to put in your listings to get more eyes on your listings. The same goes with the bubble words. It's just another level of finding words that people are searching by. I'm 61, so there's certain words that I say that a 20-year-old's not going to say. You don't know the age of the person hunting. The algorithm is ageless. It doesn't have a geographical area that it's using certain slang or certain words that's more popular for that area. So you want to reach as broad of an audience as you can. And that's where the bubble word journal, it is so great to have open and on my desk when I'm doing a description. I've got my style tags printed out. I know what all the official style tags are, which is what I'll talk about the next session. I got my bubble word journal, and then I can get going. And I can say, oh, this is a round neck. It ties with a bow. It creates a cutout V neckline. So now my listing's going to get found in all those words, and I didn't misrepresent my item. It's a short, above the knee mini dress. Could be a midi on some, depending on your height. What you need to do is you need to take what other people are saying on YouTube videos, what you normally do, what I'm saying, meld it all together and find a way that works for you and represents you on your Poshmark journey. I don't think there's any such thing as a perfect listing or a perfect closet. I think everything is a work in progress. I get so excited when I find new words to go back and add to my descriptions. And a lot of times there are certain sentences or statements I have in one listing that I can copy and paste in others. So I don't have to recreate the wheel every time. But I hear so many people say, I don't know what to say. Poshmark's telling us what to say. Do the bubble word research. Look at the daily trend rooms. The words are there. And it gets into a habit. You start understanding things and you start thinking about things. Yes, they're earrings. They're pierced, they're studs, they're long, they're dangle, they're drop, they're metallic, they've got ear wires, they have fringe, they're long duster earrings. If they're about 3 inches long and they're close to dusting against your shoulder, that's called a duster earring. I never would have known that except for a Poshmark trend room. They're boho, they're hippie, there's all kinds of words to put in there to get more eyes on your listings. So I encourage everybody to go out and get a notebook, or if you're buying back to school stuff for your kids right now, steal one of the notebooks. I've got pages for everything that I list. And I can look at that and say, oh yeah, I thought I wrote a really good description here on the screen, but I forgot to say casual, or I forgot to say summer, or yep, it's got sequins on there. I forgot. So it helps remind you of things to put in there. So I hope everybody enjoys the bubble word research homework assignment I've given you. And tune in next time. We're talking about style tags because there's a lot of people that do not use style tags to the optimal level. So I plan on doing these sessions on Wednesdays and Sundays. In the meantime, check out the listings in my closet. You are more than welcome to plagiarize from my listings and say, copy and paste into your listings. And I've got about 10 listings in the top 300 or so that are tips and techniques. I've got a Posh and Sip Zoom that happens the first Saturday of every month. It started out 3 years ago for the handcrafters, and it just keeps evolving as time goes on. And that's the first Saturday of every month at 7 o'clock Central Time. There's a link in my closet about that. I do closet consultations if you want me to help you rewrite some titles or some descriptions, or go into more details on all the different features and tips that I do. It's $25 for an hour. If it goes for an hour and a half, you don't get charged extra. You don't pay until afterwards. So if you think everything I've told you isn't worth anything, then you're not going to pay anything. I'm here to help, but I can't do everything for free because I got bills to pay too. So I do hope that you have learned something, and any way I can help, please reach out and let me know. And I will see you again on Sunday. Thanks, everybody.